Sentencing is tomorrow afternoon for 3 Indianapolis men convicted of bilking investors out of hundreds of millions of dollars. Tim Durham and 2 associates will stand before the court to receive their fate. Drew Smith is here with more on what could take place in the federal courthouse downtown. Drew.
Well, Todd, the courthouse behind me is going to be buzzing all day tomorrow, beginning about 9 a.m. Now, Tim Durham, was convicted of running a Ponzi-like scheme along with 2 accomplices, Jim Cochran and Rick Snow. Convicted on all 12 felony counts, Durham is facing the stiffest penalties. In fact, prosecutors are asking for 225 years behind bars. Durham's attorney is asking for 5. In June, a federal jury convicted Durham and his associates of bilking thousands of investors in northern Ohio out of hundreds of millions of dollars. Tomorrow, Judge Jane Magnus Stinson will hand down the punishment.
He's going to try and tell the judge he made some terrible mistakes, but I shouldn't go to jail for the rest of my life.
Criminal defense attorney Jack Crawford believes Durham will argue that others convicted of similar crimes received minimal jail sentences.
Mr. Durham will probably try and persuade the judge that financial crimes and frauds are prevalent across the country over the last 10 years or so.
However, it's possible the court could cite the Bernie Madoff Ponzi scheme. Madoff is in prison for life.
The judge might bring it up. The judge might use it as a comparison. That as Mr. Madoff looted the life savings of his investors, Mr. Durham has done the same.
Crawford says evidence of conversations held between Durham and his associate Cochran will likely play a major role tomorrow.
In which Mr. Durham, in essence, was laughing at these people and saying they weren't smart enough to catch on to his scheme.
In his pre-sentencing memo to the court, Durham's attorney paints Durham as a hard-working business executive who attended to the needs of the community, such as working for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Crawford speculates that the judge may want to send a message.
And I think she's going to want the public to know that this kind of callous disregard for people's life savings is not going to be tolerated. I think she'll come down very hard on Mr. Durham.
Inside the courtroom tomorrow morning at 11 a.m., some of the victims will have a chance to speak their piece, victims of this terrible crime. And then at 1 o'clock, the sentencing will begin. Drew Smith, live outside the federal courthouse. Todd, back to you.
All right, and of course, we'll have full coverage on RTV6 and the IndyChannel.com. Drew, thanks.